Hey guys, welcome to Arc Tier 1. Apologies for running a bit late, needed to get me coffee. Can't be doing it without me coffee. We'd not long finished Tier 2, so there's a quick change into Twitch. Nobody on the hot lap now yet anyway, so just having a look round. We've got somebody ahead of us at Williams. Right, the Gooner then, who just had a good race in... had a good qualifying in Tier 2, but I think he had a tough race. I think he retired, but showed good pace. We'll see if he's able to do that here. Just looking. Oh, Sam is in. Okay. Just give a shout out to the Tier 2 boys. Congrats to Glads on the win. I'd say I didn't see who came second, so whoever came second, congratulations to you as well. I didn't see who it was. But can I give a massive shout out to young Isaac, only 10 years old, getting his first ever podium in Arc. So that's some achievement. And fair play to a future star, I reckon. So then the Gooner down the back straights. See what sort of time he sets. Tier 2's pole position time was a 28 flat from TTV Glads, but I'm confident he had more in than that. I think he could have gone into the 27s. And I'm expecting that here in Tier 1 with the Evans. And, oh, the Gooner just invalidated that right at the death. Who's coming round here? McLaren's one of them. So, Gaz goes quickest then, 130 flat. So a lot of time to come off of that. He may well have been held up by the car in front. Who, I'm not entirely sure who it is actually, but doesn't matter anyway. If he was, then I'd expect he to submit something. Mind you, if you catch them right at the end of the lap, they've got to speed up themselves to start their lap, so not really too much you can expect them to do about that. Let's try and get to that Ferrari. Oh, that Ferrari's invalidated in a way. Who's behind him then? This is Andrews, he's on an outlap. Evans on an outlap. TRT Evan then. Lux Evan in the server. I'm through final couple of corners. He sets a 28.4. I think that'll be good enough to get through. Who is this? That's Briefing Cow on an outlap. Where's Sam? Sam's just coming on to the back straight, so let's stick with him. Reaper's gone across. Why have I got... What's going on here? There we go, that's better. So Reaper's done 29.8, currently P2, 130 flat for Gaza, 130.8 for Runner. Samuel on his way round now to finish his first lap, and it's a 132.1. Who's that? That's Hoff is invalidated. It's an Aston Martin. That's Reaper. Didn't go again. Oh, who's that? Right, that's Briefing Cow. Let's just stay on him. Okay, hey Loyal. Loyal, if you can hear me, I guess. You're typing on stream. If that's the case, mate, just stick with the car you're in. We can't restart or anything, so stick with the car you're in, and we could just transfer the points. We could just amend it so that your points go to Red Bull, not Mercedes. Alright. Yeah, just stick with it. Get yourself out there and do a lap, mate. No issue. Yeah, no worries. Oh well. Good luck, man. Right then, we were briefing cows. He finished his lap. He has indeed. He went P2 on a 28.3. 28.0 from FRT Evan. Let's put him in P1 for the moment. Birdie. Early on in the lap. Let's go to his... Who's that? That's Runner. Still early in the lap. She's got a few cars coming around. There's a McLaren. There's space after the McLaren. So there we go. Excellent. Skyline. Just started a lap. Smoke man. Just started a lap. Let's go back to Bertie. At least we know his way round, mate. So, Birdie then onto the back straight. Oh, he's already done the time. 1:30.8. He's 3.6 seconds down. Lovely. Who's that then? That's... the Aston. Who's the Aston? Oh, it's a Williams. Sorry, not an Aston. It's Andrews. But he's already done the time as well. Is there anybody actually on a flying lap? Be nice to watch one. Here we go. Sky Blue. Had a fantastic race last week at Austria. See if we can continue his form again here. Down the back straight. I will do a hilly hot lap in a bit. Go on board with someone and actually do a whole lap and take you around it. So just bear with me. Feeling a bit blue. Feeling a bit robbed from tier 2. I deserve better, but it wouldn't be. Sacking my engineer. My engineer told me softs and... or told me slicks and intermediates were about the same pace. Well, clearly they weren't. Right. Oh, Birdie can't get his Twitch to work. Sounds a bit personal, Birdie. What problem are you having, man, if you could type it? I don't know. Sky Blue then. It's done a lap, sorry. I'm not watching the screen at all. Geordie. Very early in the lap. I think Mr. Smoke... oh, no, he's going to the pits. Okay. Well, where's he? He's just started a lap. Okay, so let's stick with Geordie then in the Alpha Tauri. Sorry, excuse me. I went down the wrong hole. Set to be yellow. That'll be... there's a Haas ahead that's, I believe, has run out of fuel. So, yeah, the yellow's following them round. So then Geordie heads to the line. What can he do? Usually races tier 3, but possibly covering tonight in the Tauri. So we're missing Brian. I thought Brian was coming back in tonight. He said it was his return tonight, but I know he was babysitting earlier, so maybe it's overrun. Who would be this then? This is Lowell. Who isn't actually in a Mercedes, ignore that. He is in a Red Bull. Evan, Brief and Cow, the Gooner, all retired, feel they've done enough, I think I agree. Bear in mind, we will lose 4 drivers. Arkwalkie is retired. He's crashed in sector 1. Whale across the line goes P5 on a 29.1. It's a nice lap from Whale. When I get to one of those cars, you should see Walkie. Oh, God, he's half across the track. What are you doing there, Walkie? Oh, he just disappeared. See that? I changed the camera angle, he disappeared. That was me, I did that. I cleared that car up. Stewards had taken too long, so I did it for him instead. Joker then, starting a lap. It seems to be at flat out pace though, so I think he's doing a cool down or something. So McLaren heading for the line. Can I get to him in time? No, he's gone into the pits, Gaza. So go into the pits when I move to you. Reaper. He's a couple of attempts up. Right then. Okay, we've got some guys. Reaper coming out onto the back straight now. Oh, he's just almost a tenth down. Quite difficult to make up in the final sector. It's basically a long straight. You can gain time in the last few corners if you can keep your throttle down a bit better than the previous lap. But it's a whole traction problem out of here that will cause you to spin if you put too much into it. So anyway, Reaper across the line. He does improve by 0.02 of a second. I expect that's probably on the same tyres he used earlier in the session, so decent. With Sam now in the Alpine. I'm literally watching the stream so I can see any comments. I'm having to watch adverts even though I'm the one streaming. Fantastic. Geordie's joined back. I didn't see... Sorry, Geordie, I didn't see you leave. Otherwise I'd invited you. Sam Nen hasn't got a time on the board yet. He has done a lap, but he invalidated it. Right to death, I think. So here he comes into the tight section of corners. Keeps it nice and tight there. That's what you got to do. Keep it tight and widen the angle of the exit. All seemed pretty good from Sam there, to be fair. Oh, sorry, he has got a time on the board, actually. It's 32.1. He's way up on that. Going into the 130s at the moment. Can end up with a bit of an issue with traffic on this track. If you can get yourself out on track, sort of into a nice space, it's ideal. 130.1 from Sam then. Puts him up into P11 and looking like he's safely through. What about the other Alpine? No, well, he's just started a lap, has half, so we'll go back to him in a bit maybe. Andrew's just coming up to the final part of the track, but he's not improving. So let's go to Hoff then. Out of the guys that are in trouble at the moment, he's the furthest round. The man in danger is TTM Geordie. We saw him join back not so long ago, and he's in the pits at the moment. He'll want an out lap, in fact, now is Tyree just coming out the pits. So, well, I was absolutely miles down, so I hadn't realised that, my apologies. Mr. Smokeman then. Not seen him drive before, so let's see what he can manage. Quite clear the previous lap that he's got on the board, 1:59 isn't a genuine lap, so backs right out of that one. So, on down the back straight into this tight corner, lead it out, use the curb, widens the angle into this corner, and that's what allows you to stay on the throttle better. And it's a 31 flat this time from Smokeman, so that puts him into P15, knocks Geordie down. Andrews slightly up in sector 2, may pit. No, he carries on. Oh no, yeah, he couldn't pit, could he? There's only 2 minutes left on the clock, so there we have it. So 32.005. Sees him in P17 at the moment. Hoff wasn't improving through sector 1 as he caught finding any time in sector 2. He has indeed, he's half a second up. Right then. Just needs to find a bit more and he get ahead of Geordie, who is back in the pits and will not improve. And Geordie is out actually because he's in 16th. Surprised to lose him. in Q1, to be honest. And it's an improvement from Hoff, puts him into P17. Andrew's improving now. Anybody on any improvements we could watch? Bertie almost identical with his PB in Sector 1. And 10th and a half down. He's looking like he's going to be safe because Hoff and Andrews have done a lap. And around here, it zaps your energy, so the chances of you improving on a lap, on another, trying to do a second hot lap with no cooldown is near impossible. So just watch Hoff to the end of Sector 2. He was down in Sector 1. Sector 2 was where he found all his time last lap, so now 3 seconds down nearly. So I think that's it then. We're going to lose Geordie, Hoff and Andrews and Wilkie, and through 15th and above, as you can see on your screen. So 15th, Mr. Smokeman. I'm not going to read through them all, no need for that. So those guys down the bottom are going to be out for now. We'll see them again in the race. I find certainly Hoff, Andrews and Wilkie are very much better at race pace than they are at qualifying, so they usually make their way up a bit during the race, to be fair. Just Ghost Rider on a lap. Everybody else is finished. Old Ghost Rider always last to finish. Here he is then, coming through the tight section and on to the straight through to end Sector 2, where he's 5.5 seconds down. Well, that's a pretty boring end to Q1. Not a massively entertaining session there. Hope Q2's better. Just looking at the times, bearing in mind that it's the top 10 of the next session that we'll go through into Q3, and there's clearly some close times here. Reaper on a 29.8 in P10, and Ghost Rider on a 30.0, Sam 30.1, so close between those three. But I think all three of those drivers are capable of going quicker than what they've done so far as well, so it's going to be interesting to see who makes it. It is a difficult track to nail a lap on, in all fairness. I can't imagine many people do laps around here where they go, yeah, I've absolutely nailed that, isn't it? I can't possibly get any more time out of that. There's always at least 2 or 3 corners that you maybe take slightly wrong and drop a bit of time on. I'm confident in saying that the top 2 or 3 are going to go into the 27s, I think. So the 2 Evans are briefing. I'm confident they're going to go into the 27s. Not sure if anybody else would join them, but it's definitely those guys. I mean, Daguna is in the low 28s in Tier 2, so some others did get close to it, but I think the top 3 there we will see in the 27s by the end of Q3. But more importantly, we head into Q2. so let's just here we go then. I think that's off. Hoff just messaged me, probably looking to come. Hoff, if you're listening to the stream, mate, not this week, mate, because I got my headset's causing a huge echo whenever anybody joins me. It's really off-putting. So take some time, mate. Have a cup of tea or something, and or a beer if you prefer a beer. Have a beer, Swedish beer. So lots of cars out already. Who is leading us off? So in a minute, it's Reaper. It's the boss man. Well, I hope you're not. I hope you're not listening to the stream, Reaper, because I'll do a hilly hot lap with you. On board with you. We're not doing comms. Oh dear, Geordie. Yeah, this ain't a track you can really just do that. It's not in Austria, is it? It's quite difficult. And I'll tell you what though, the start of this week I hated this track. And as the week's gone on and I found my setup and everything, it's an absolute joy to drive now. Anyway, we're going on board then with Reaper as he crosses the line to do a hilly hot lap. So out to the left now, use a bit of curve to open up the angle into turn 1. Reaper down to second, but that's usually a 4th gear corner. Right, turn 2 to the right now for turn 3. Long corner, you've got to be a bit careful, traction's low for turn 3. Turn 4 is this quick left-hander into the right for turn 5, and turn 6 leads into 7. Really difficult to find the correct braking point through there. Onto what is now a straight. All these little kinks will count as turns. So I have no idea what turn we're on now. Opens up the DRS and heads down to turn question mark. Which is the start of this really tight, twisty section. So left into this right, hug the wall pretty much as close as you can without hitting it. Opening it up for the quick left into the chicane that you can't see, blind chicane. Round to the left to open it back up for another long straight. The first straight is the longest straight. And both straights have DRS, although quite late on the activations for it. So they head down to the final part. I mentioned in Q1, this is all about traction. So use the, like you saw Reaper doing there, use the whole curb. It enables you to keep your car straighter, enabling you to get on the power better across the line. And that from Reaper is a very nice 130.0 and a very nice looking lap. Gazza straight away has done a 29.4, Evan on a 29.85, 28.9, sorry. Samuel 130.2, Jon Snow 28.6. Where is Sky Blue? He's just going through the tight section. Who's that? That is Briefing Cow. So it's a 28.8, goes into P2 for the moment. It's quite possible those top guys, well, they might be doing the same as me in the sense that I used my Q1 tyres in Q2 to get through to Q3 rather than using an extra set just in case, because it can be a safety car laden race, so it's ideal to have some tyres held back just in case. The Gooner is Evan just coming around into the final. So this is FRT Evan, or Evan R04, you might know him in the server. And across the line he comes, he goes fastest on a 28.1. Gooner on a lap. And Jon Snow's in P2 on a 28.6 at the moment, so he's split the guys at the top in the first session. Gooner then Alpine gets out his way on the straight. Could have took a bit of toe off that Alpine, but opted not to. Here he comes. Again, used the curb through the quick left-right. it's full throttle. You don't brake through there at all. And that's a 129.3 from Daguna, and it puts him into P5. But the times we were seeing in Q1, a 29 is pretty much going to get you through. P10 at the moment is on a 31.0, and then P7 with Reaper is on a 130 flat. So I think a mid 29 is around about where the target's going to be, I think. As Joker crosses the line then to start the next lap. So Joker is coming out to the end of sector 1, 30.6. Not actually, I haven't got a reference point at all for any of the sectors at the moment to know whether they're doing sort of fast times or not. So, Joker onto the back straight. It's all looked pretty good. Just clean and tidy from Joker. Most drivers just be interested at the moment. Let's just get a time on the board. So we got a target, because it's not a long session. Pretty much only get the 2 stints really. 29.1 then from Joker puts him up to P5, so a good start to the session for him. Birdie across the line, is he? Or was that starting a lap? That's starting a lap. Ghost Rider heading down towards the final part of the track now. So 30.2 from Ghost Rider goes P11. Hebert. So he's going to be last to set a lap, but see what he could do. Sorry, not last to set a lap, my apologies. Sky Blue. Where's Sky Blue then? He's just started a lap, so yes, I think Loyal Well will be the final driver to set a lap unless one of these guys invalidates. How much he gets the car over before turning in. No driver getting out of the way. Can't quite see what car that is. I think it's Aston Martin. It's down to the final part then. And tricky braking now. It's one of the, you've got to hit the braking pretty well to make the corner, ideally. There's Birdie across the line now. 30.7 as in P12 at the moment, just ahead of his teammate. Oh, Sky Blue's round. Oh, I thought his rear wing was going to clatter the board then, but it hasn't. So he lives to fight another day. Let's see, he's got plenty of time to come in and stick a new set of tyres on. But he probably will only get the one, well, yeah, he will only get one run in. He could fuel for 2 maybe, but I think... Royal Whale. As long as he gets a time on the board here, which he's going to. Looks decent as well, actually. It's 28.7. That puts him in P3. I was going to say he'd have enough time to get round to the pits and get a new set of boots, but I don't think he'll need to. I think that will see him into Q3 quite comfortably. Let's take a look at Gaza then. I didn't see it. Split time wasn't there when I switched to him, so not sure if he's improving or not. Sure if he wasn't, he would have come into the pits there, so it's a 29.6, and no, he doesn't improve, just over a 10th down. Again, he's at that mark. I said a mid 29 should see people through, and he's on a 29.466. Reaper just starting a lap. Is there anybody? Who's that Red Bull? Oh, it's the Red Bull. It's Runner. So Runner currently on a 30.1. Oh, well, he's on 127 now, so he's not anywhere near it. He must be cut on an in lap. Mr. Smokeman then. Comes in the Ferrari. Oh, he's invalidated there. Did definitely run over the curb. So, it's an invalidation. I have to go again. I think you might just about have enough time to pit and get a new set of boots and get out again, Mr. Smokeman. Let's go with Runner then. Oh, he's round. It's on the left-hander. A sort of double left-hander. I was finding traction really tricky. Well, the traction was really tricky through the whole of Sector 1, to be fair. Reaper not improving, so into the pits he comes. Anybody else to Gooner? Just started the lap. Somebody coming across the line now, but nobody improved or jumped up, so may as well stick with the Gooner. I don't know if Runner actually got any damage from that hit on the wall. It seemed reasonably hefty, so might have done, but if he didn't, and he's able to get enough ERS back, he could still do another run, but he hasn't got enough time to pit and get back out, so... Well, Gooner getting out of the way of that Alfa Romeo, so we may as well go to the... Well, the Alfa Romeo was just on an outlap, he didn't need to get out of the way of that. Sam? Mr. Smokeman, by the way, is on his way out to the exit now of the pits. So he will get another lap in. Sam, obviously, currently in P9. Oh, nice improvement for Sam. 3/4 of a second through Sector 2. So he's heading into the low 29s. End of the laps look good, so that's the only reason he wouldn't end up there. Maybe even a 28. Yeah, 28.9 from Sam moves him up to P6 and safe. Ghost Rider just starting a lap. Birdie's just started a lap. Sweatman's on an out lap. Sorry, who was first? Right, Bertie's first. So, was he backed out of that? I think he's run off track, is he? He backed out. Yeah, he did. Right, Ghost Rider then. Trying to get through. What's he need to find? He's on a PB of 130.2. Arc Reaper is in P10 on a 30.0, so literally 2 temps. We'll see him into P10. It might be enough to get him through. Into the tight section of the track now. Quite wide through there. Nicely done through there though, and moves the car out for a better exit. Let's have a look. Oh, he's 1.1 seconds down. He hasn't turned his ERS on. I think Ghost Rider has forgotten to turn his ERS on. No, he's not going to make the line. He's not going to make it. 1-0. So Ghost Rider is out. Bertie obviously won't make the line. Mr. Smokeman is improving. He's half a second up. He needs to find another half a second. So, as he said in the chat, he'd not done any laps around here, and it's a really difficult track just to jump in on, to be honest. 6 temps up through Sector 2. Does still need to find more. It's going to be hard to find 4 temps in the final sector, but he's doing enough to get ahead of his teammate. And 8 temps improvement. It does only see him ahead of his teammate. Just misses out on Ghost Rider for 0.03 of a second. And Gaza in the end is going to breathe a sigh of relief. He headed for the line there. I don't know if he improved at the death there. And it stayed P10. I don't know if he improved his time note. It's he is through anyway. He's safely through into Q3. So no issues there. No, he didn't improve his time at the end. So then, that's the end of Q2. So we're going to lose Runner, but starting in a very healthy P11. Ghost Rider P12. Mr. Smokeman on his tier debut tonight in P13. Bertie in 14. And Sky Blue in 15. Didn't get a lap in. So into the final shootout. Gaza, Reaper, Dagooner, Sam, Evan, Joker, Briefing Cow, Loyal Well, Jon Snow, and the other Evan. Everybody in the top 10 covered by 1.3 seconds. But I'm positive that Gaza can get a bit more out of that in the Q3, so it could be even closer. Mind you, I think the Evans are probably going to go closer, quicker as well. Hey Andrews, kind of English. Only 9 of us finished, but it wasn't a bad race either. It's strange, isn't it? It wasn't a bad race. It was full wets as well, so for full wets are half of it, and intermediates for the other half, basically. The more idiotic of us tried to switch into softs at the end, but it didn't work. So, get details back up. That's like that. Ooh, there's a car coming out. So a couple of cars coming out straight away. Is that Reaper? He does like to get out first, Reaper. Is it not him? That was the Gooner. So, my premonition on a pole position time. I know you're all going to think I'm mad, but I'm going to say 27.4. My TT here is 27.3, and these guys usually get pretty close to that, sometimes beat it, so that's my prediction. Okay, English, thanks for that, man. Obviously, Andrews will see that, so you know one of the boss men have seen it. Right, okay. Oh, Dagooner, don't give up your place. You lose the television money. I've got a switch now. Is it Jon Snow? Yeah. It's Johnny Boy. It's going to get the television revenue. Or Alpha Toweryville. So then, Johnny Boy, what's he got in the locker? Absolutely nothing. He's getting out of the way again. What's the point in that? The Gooner it is then. I think John felt bad about taking his television revenue off him, so he's giving it back to the Williams. He knows the Williams need it. So, Gunnar heading down then to this intricate section. Any drivers are listening, I implore you, please, particularly the first few laps when the field's tight together, be careful through there. It's a nightmare. And if one hits the driver in front, they launch forward at the driver in front of that, and you end up 3 or 4 cars at the race. So the Gunnar down the back straight, heading towards the end of the lap. So the first marker on the board is a 28.5. Nice lap from the Gunnar. It's John going through, obviously back to add his lap. So 28.1 from TRT Evan. Who's this? This is Briefing Cow. 27.7. There you go. You all thought I was nuts. So I know I said 27.4 before anybody points that out. John is round. Is he beached there, or can he move? No, he can move. It's good. Oh, just give the rear wing a clatter on the other side, just to make sure. Where's Evan then? Evan is invalidated. He's been a star of qualifying so far. Been up P1 on first 2 sessions, so Wells on an out lap. We can have a little look to see if anybody's going again. I think Sam's warming up to maybe go another lap after this one. Here we go with Loyal Well then. All looking pretty neat and tidy so far. Loyal Well. So then through this tight section, and then again seems to take that pretty well. Moves the car over. Seeing other drivers go a lot closer to the wall than that. I don't think there's any need to go quite as close to the wall as we've seen some people did go in. Slight miss on your turning point, you damage your wings, so lose an end play. I don't think there's quite as much need as what the other driver's doing. I think what Whale did there is just fine. And opens it up then, heads to the line. It's a good lap. It's 28.4, so that puts him into P3 just ahead of the Gunnar. Sam giving it another go. Looks like he is. Oh, hang on. Evan is for. Oh no, he's invalidated again. Isn't it strange? Cruises through Q1 and Q2 without any issues whatsoever, and invalidates 2 laps at the start of Q3. So probably only going to get 1 run, and then you get into the mind of, do you still pump it to try and get pole because he's certainly capable of it, or do you maybe be a little bit more careful and take the top, maybe 4th or 5th or 6th or something like that, rather than starting down in P10. Sam then through the chicane, coming up to the end of sector 2 now. Slightly up, so I think that would suggest then obviously that whatever time he lost was in this final sector, so most likely at this next corner. Could possibly spun it out of here, can easily get over steer and spin out of here. So here it comes through the left right, over the line, respectable 29.2, puts in P5. So that's good. Bear in mind he'd had some wear on those softs after doing a second attempt. Don't want to hang him out too much. He wants to make sure he gets round. It's going to be down to about 3 minutes when he reaches the pits. So it's pretty much in. New set of boots and out again for him. Reaper's back out. John's back out. We know John hasn't really got a proper time on the board. The 34.24 isn't representative. We did 28.6 was it in Q2. So he's capable of a top 5 place here. Just note, Gaz has gone faster than he's been before through the session over 29.2. So Reaper through the final couple of corners and over the line. So PB at the moment 30.0. See if Reaper can boost himself up the rankings a little bit. It's quite a big gap to Gaza, so Gaza just 1 place ahead, but 8 temps, well 7.5 temps ahead. I say, you don't know what, it's likely that the guys in these places have probably used more tyres than the top guys, because, oh, Sam has retired. I'm not sure why he's done that. He had plenty of time to stick a new set on and get out again. If he could do that time on what would have been slightly worn tyres, he could have gone faster on a new set, so a little surprised to see that. Unless he didn't have a new set, if he'd used 4 sets in previous sessions and then used the 5th set straight away. Perhaps he didn't have another set, but Reaper up to the end of sector 2. Oh wow, big improvement from Reaper, 1.2 seconds. He is comfortably on target for the top, for 128. So yellow flag ahead of him. Don't worry about it, Reaper, it's cleared. So, well, not completely cleared. I didn't realise that. It was John over on the right hand side there. I couldn't see the little counter on the map. So a second improvement from Reaper puts him up ahead of Sam into P5 with 29 flat. So did lose a bit of time in sector 3, possibly slowed a bit because of the yellows. Joker and FIT having on the out laps. Gooner, Reaper's already done a lap. Gooner finds half a tenth in sector 1. So just over another half a tenth would put him basically level with Loyal Well at this stage, who is not out the pit, so Loyal Well will not be doing another lap. Nicely done through there from Daguna. Again, Daguna, you don't see him going right to the end. He was pretty close to the warning exit there. He's lost that half a tenth now. It didn't look like the best of exits for him, so you'd imagine he's probably losing time down the straight as well. Just this corner really to find improvement through. Look good. It's not an improvement though, 300s behind his PB. What else we got? Gaza. So he backed out that lap and is going to go again. Joker. Where is he? I think he's furthest round. So it's going to be pretty quick fire here at the end. So I'm going to try and work out. Yeah, so wait, let's see what Joker could do. No time on the borders yet, so seeing what he could do. Jon Snow's finished, so he's going to be a bit disappointed after doing a 28 in Q2. But at least he's in the top 10. And Wales finished, as we knew. I didn't come out the pits again. Sam as well. So Joker comes round. He's looking pretty decent to me. It's 28.6, so that moves him up into P5 just ahead of his teammate, who has finished. So now we've got the McLarens. Gaz has found nearly 3 temps. so far. So he's possibly heading for a 28, which would at the least move him into P6 if he can hit the 28. So yeah, 28.8. That sees him into P6 then. FRT Evan, what's he managed? He's managed not to invalidate, so that's the first thing. 27.9, that puts him into P3. I think he'd be pretty happy with that after invalidating his first two attempts. Briefing Cow not improving pits, so it looks like pole position, well, like pole position is TRT Evans or Lux 7. So, just to let you know, he has crossed the line, even though it looks like he's going mighty fast there, I must admit. That's his and AI. There we have it then. That is Q3 finished. So, TRT Evan takes pole position. Oh, look at that, with a 27.4. What time did I say again? Was it 27.4? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm quite good at these predictions. I get them right quite often. I do like doing it. It makes me look like some sort of savant. Anyway, TRT Evan takes pole with 27.4. Briefing KP2 with 27.7. A good P3 in the end from FRT Evan, I think, after invalidating the first two laps. And Vile in P4. From the others when they come up. Oh, Mr. Smokeman's left a session at the end of qualifying. That's not a good thing. Okay, so yeah, so Vile P4, Daguna P5, Joker P6, Gaza P7, Reaper P8, Sam P9, and Jon Snow P10. So that's the end of qualifying. There's the instance. Not that they're going to be needed, but there we go. More important to get in for the race. Right, there we go then, guys. Mr. Smokeman, I would love to invite you, but you're not in this part of the thing. So let's hope you get back in for the race. Please put something in Discord if you're having trouble. But there you have it. There'll be a break now, guys, so a 5-minute break. So you're going to be looking around about 2 minutes past 9 for the start. And I'll see you then. I'll take a quick break myself, as well as drivers, and we'll see you in a moment. Right, okay guys, looks like we are up and running. Just quickly, I'm just going to take a look in the Discord. We don't have light stream activated at the moment on Arc, but we are looking at getting that reactivated, but at the moment we don't have it, so I'm just going to have a little look at the standings, just give an idea of where they are. So obviously this is round 6, so Australia was round 5, so after Austria. So Briefing Cow currently dominating the tier, leading the way by a full 100 points on 193 over Evan RO4 on 93. So Evan RO4 on your screen, by the way, is FRT Evan. Gaza in P3 at the moment on 90, doing well, and Samuel also doing very well in P4 on 84. Dogs in P5 78, Joker P6 67, then Lux 7 and Hoff on 66. And then just take a quick look at the constructors as well. Well, I mean, remarkably, Mercedes are leading the constructors on 193, which if you work out his Briefing K's points, he's not had a teammate all season, yet he's leading the constructors, which is incredible, obviously. McLaren 181, Alfa Romeo 153, Alpine 147, Williams 126, Alpha Tauri 110, Aston Martin 106, then 92, 70 and 52 for Ferrari, Haas and Red Bull. So that is where we are on the standings wise at the moment. It's right, so let's just get the details up. Plenty of time yet, they're coming down the back straight. So have a look at the tyres. So top two, TRT Evan and Briefing Cow opting for hards, FRT Evan for mediums. It's hards for Loyal, mediums for Daguna, Joker and Gaza, Reaper on hards, Sam mediums, Jon Snow mediums. It's the top 10. Then we got a run of hards from 11th down to 15th. Then medium hard are Geordie Hoff, Andrews Walkie. So my strategy was going to be to go hards for 20 laps and then switch to softs. So see if anybody does the same. It would most likely depend on safety cars. As I say, it can be a very safety car laden track, this one. So let's hope it's not. But here's what it could be like. It's giving me a horrible angle, guys. We go to FRT Evan, go on board, and the lights go out. Look at Briefing Cow fly off the line. My word, that was an absolute launch. Laguna's at the inside, but FRT Evan's been hit from behind. Everybody somehow avoids him. That is remarkable. Everybody's done so well to avoid him, and us not end up with a retirement there, but he definitely got hit from behind there. So make sure you click that one, FRT. Smoke. Oh, Smoke Man's left the session. Mr. Smoke Man. He's showing us on the main menu, so I've sent him an invite. Anyway, let's get back up the top as Evan goes for the overtake on Briefing Cow. Briefing Cow will try and defend the insider. Evan runs slightly wide. Looks to rejoin the track. He may have had a bit of contact, I'm not sure. It's a little bit out of sorts there, Evan. Briefing Cow holds on to the lead for now. And look at Sam up to P3 off the start. What a launch he's had. Fantastic start. Let's go to the position changes and have a quick look. It's the Gunnar coming out, having a look down into the final corner, or what I'm going to call the final corner throughout the race in a way. And Daguna gets that move done nicely. Sam left plenty of room. Nicely done on the pair of them. And oh, Gazza's into the pits. What? Oh wow! I'm just thinking the only contact we've seen was right at the start, which spun FRT Evan. So was it Gazza? I could be completely wrong. It may not have been. So, briefing K's round. So, TRT Evan into the lead. Briefing Cow, careful to rejoin safely. Which he does. So may come under a little bit of attack from Jon Snow, but I don't think Jon's close enough. I wasn't far off getting side by side. One thing I did notice in the practices and that in my races that you've got to be a bit careful with your energy use around here. Even if you don't use any around the whole lap, you really don't gain much back. So you've got to use it sparingly, and that was a runner. Got a bit out of sorts. Oh, and there's a Ferrari rounding into the wall, and that is Mr. Smokeman. Oh, and he is out, and it's caused the pile up. I'll be careful, anybody coming round there. Oh. You too, Gazza. Just be careful round this next corner. Car is still there. That's it. Well done. Oh, Sky Blue lost a couple of places there. And we're under safety car. Well, anybody pitting? Oh. Well, the pit stops happening are all sort of further down. Yeah, walking in new wing there, I'm just wondering he might have took that damage actually entering the pits there. Skyline was stuck there having to wait, so he's going to be last out, unfortunately. But, unfortunate for Mr. Smokeman, we wanted to see him perform in the race, but these things happen, and with where he spun, it was almost inevitable that someone was going to come around that corner and hit him. It's kind of blind until you actually get round there, that corner, so it would have taken some avoiding. Oh, a Reaper is in the wall. He was actually ghosting then. Ghosting is off, so strange. So he gets going in a way, Reaper. He's in P14. Let's just have a look. See if we can spot any damage. Spot the damage. Or was there a left end plate missing, I think? I'm not sure. He went past pretty quick, so... No. It's the right end plate. My apologies. The right end plate, not the left. Okay. So, vast majority of drivers sticking on their original strategy, which I think is probably the correct thing to do. Few people pitting. Let's just go to tyres. Has anybody pitted to fresh hards? Geordie has. Oh no, Geordie's just come back in and come up back off the hards. Okay, right. FRT Evan has. He's pitted to fresh hards. Just wonder. Time safety car comes in. I think you could probably get to the end on hards. You may be a bit slow towards the end of the race, but I wouldn't rule it out. Let's put it that way. "21 laps in practice would have been about 72% wear on hards, but as we all know, the wear in practice is usually a bit higher than the race, so it's quite possible you might be able to make it to the end. Evan. starting to get back up. We're still going to get another lap after this one, so lap 5 is going to be under safety car. See, Reaper is next to catch up. That's who we're with at the moment. Reaper the only one with a penalty at the moment. Everybody else penalty free. So Reaper on the back, Evan on the back, Sky Blue on the black, Geordie on his way round, easily going to get on the back, he's nearly there already. So this will be the final lap under safety car then, so we will resume lap 6, 24 laps remaining. So it's a long way to take the hards for Evan, but I wouldn't rule it out, I really wouldn't. I think the honest truth is that tactic will probably end up getting spoiled by another safety car, but hopefully not. Hopefully this will be the only one, but we'll see. It is, as I said, it's a very difficult track and a brand new track, so nobody on track is massively experienced around here, so anyway, so we'll get going. So it's going to be TRT Evan leading us off, Daguna in P2. Oh yes, of course I did see Briefing K spin, didn't I? So Daguna P2, Loyalwell P3, Sam P4. In terms of the battle for the race win, should probably be glad of this safety car, because Evan and Brief and Cow had created a bit of a gap at the front, and didn't have this to sort of bring them all closer back together again. And they could have just ended up running away with it, Evan. So pretty much guarantee Evans goes straight out of this corner, I would imagine. No, he hasn't. He's leaving it late. So away he goes now. Gunnar pretty smart to that. And to me, like the two Mercedes were side by side. Yeah, so Briefing K's gotten ahead of Sam and was already having a look at his teammate. Oh, what's happened to Sam? Oh, he's round and the front wing's gone. I think he just lost traction. Around the right-hander. Tyres obviously on a restart would have been cold. So, let's get back to the broadcast. Top 4 pretty close at the moment. Evan will be trying to get out of the 1 second as quick as he can. The DRS, if the Gunnar can stay within the 1 second for the first couple of laps, the DRS is worth a huge amount around this track, so hence Evan will be looking to break that as soon as possible. So, Wookie just fell down. So there's a battle going on further down between Evan and Sky Blue. So Evan has gotten ahead of Sky Blue, and it looks like Gaz has done the same, gotten ahead of Ghost Rider. And, oh, we've lost Whale! Oh no! Round on the left hand side, and I think that's going to be, it is, another full safety car. Right, well, big decision now for medium starters. safety car not likely to be out as long as the previous one, but this is a big decision for anybody that started on medium tyres. They are easily within the window now of switching to hards. Gotta bear in mind, you can switch your tyres about, so the mediums are still reasonably fresh. So they could, all the medium drivers could switch to hards to cover that off. Possibility of going to the end, and if there were to be another safety car later in the race, they can go back to the mediums again. But I think it very much depends where you are on the track. Somebody like the Gooner and Joker that are so high up, they might not want to give up track position. They got a row of 5 cars behind on hard tyres, plus Evan who's already on the hards. But someone like Andrews, Sky Blue, Geordie and Reaper, it could really be worth the risk. But don't listen to me, because in comes the Gooner, in comes Jon Snow, and Birdie is it, I think. Birdie's actually pitting off of the hards. It's too far to ask the mediums to go at the moment. It'll be only just. They could probably do. They could probably push the mediums 17 or 18 laps, to be fair. It's quite possible this might be the last lap under safety car. Sam is last at the moment, but he's not far behind. So Wilkie and Sam to catch up. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think we're gonna be forced into another lap. So let's have a quick look at the position changes. Let's see who's impressing massively here. Where is it there? Well, Hoff. We're on board with him anyway, so Hoff clearly impressing, up 12. Runners impressing, up 7. Up 6 for Sky Blue. Obviously, bear in mind, I do understand these guys haven't pitted, others have, but at the moment, it's working out well for them. The only thing for Evan now, may not be too pleased with, is that Briefing Cow is now the car behind him again. Oh, Sam's retired. Sam's crashed under safety car. So we lose an Alpine. I'm sure he's managed that one. The safety car, probably because of that. Well, I don't know. I can't say it's because of that crash, but safety car does opt to stay out. To be fair, Wilkie's only just catching up to the back of it, so therefore Sky Blue's opted to pit. He's putting the hards on. He's starting on those hards, so they have done a couple of laps, but still they will get to the end with ease. So obviously these guys leading the race. Evan leading from Briefing Cow, and then Joker. If we were to have a safety car free race, the likes of Daguna and Jon Snow could easily come back into the fold, and Evan, possibly FRT Evan as well. So a lot of these laps he's done on those hards now have been under safety car, so I suspect this safety car means he probably can take those hards to the end reasonably easily. It's one of those. I mean, if Evan and Briefing Cow can sort of work up a good 12-second gap over the likes of Evan and Daguna and John while they're trying to make their way through the field, then the tables turn a bit, because they're going to be super fast on the mediums later in the race. Possibly even softs, in fact. So There's the confirmation from race control then. Safety car in this lap. Now, Evan went very late last time. Now, I don't blame you for that because I led the safety car earlier on in Tier 2 and it was a bit tricky where to go. Because the area straight after this, what I call the final corner, is a bit tricky on the old traction. Look how wide he's going. That's a suggestion he's going to go pretty quick. And now he's going. That is a move. So, here we go then. Didn't really fool Briefing K with that one. Really looked like anybody was getting fooled there. There's a couple of positions. Oh, there's a McLaren and an Alpha round. That's Ghost Rider and Evan. Oh, and Geordie hit Ghost Rider there. Sky Blue managing to stop his car to avoid damage. It's a bit of contact on the restarts. It's always dodgy to restart because of the cold tyres. Very easy to forget the tyres are cold. You need to brake that a little bit earlier. So this is the Gooner in P7. John right on the back of him, and Birdie as well. Another one having a good race. Birdie. He's ran wide there though, and that's allowed Reaper past. Get the admin P8, 9, 10 and 11 and 12 running together. They're working as a team, the admins. 5 second. Was that a 5 second penalty then for the Gooner? That's what it said. Alright, let's go to the leaders. Here we see. So Evan's still leading from Briefing K, from Joker. Gaza. Remember, I had to stop early, just like Evan did. And he's now running in P4. Oh, and the Gooner's out. The Gooner. He's out. Oh, he's retired it in the pits. Gooner, please do remember to take a screenshot or something of the damage, please. I know other leagues do allow people to retire in the pits if things aren't going their way, but that's not allowed in ARC, so you will need a picture of the damage, a screenshot that's forced you to retire. Sector 2 yellow, it's a Haas, and it's Walkie. Oh, is that both Haas? Event out coming to... Oh my word. I'm not sure why the Ghosting is switched off. But that may lead to a pit stop for both of them. Joker is into the pits. I think this is just a genuine scheduled pit stop. So off come the mediums. On go the hards. Sort of makes you wonder why he didn't do that under safety car, but actually there's quite a few pit stops going on behind him. Oh, my apologies, that's because we are under safety car. Okay. Birdie, interestingly, has gone to soft tyres. He needs to do 2 stints. So definitely can't get to the end on those. Well, now we're reaching the awkward territory for those on hards, because it's early to pit off of the hards onto the mediums, but it's always that gamble, isn't it? Will there be another safety car? You just don't know. You're guessing. So for me right now, I'd be quietly happy if I was Gaza. You know Gaza's a bit of a tyre wizard, like runner, so Gaza unfortunately, the runner started on those hards, so he has to pit. But Gaza didn't. He started on the mediums and had to pit lap 1 and switch to the hards. Say he is a bit of a tyre whisperer, so he would happily hold those out to the end, I think. But not happily. I mean, they're going to be slow, very slow at the end of the race. But got a pit stop advantage that you don't mind being a bit slow at the end of the race. So for me, I think it's worth Gaza staying out and taking a risk on that. Bearing in mind, it's done 10 laps, but how many of those have been under safety cars? It's been 3 safety cars, so what, 6 or 7 of them must be under safety car. So they're probably nowhere near as worn as you would think they would be after 11 laps now. Interestingly, Reaper stays out. John is back in again. He's gone to hard tyres. I'm not sure Birdie's reason for going to softs. That seems a bit of a strange one. Although again, if there's another safety car, that could work in his favour as well. So remember, the maximum amount of safety cars in a race is 5. This is number 3. So we're definitely still playing the old safety car roulette at the moment, but I have to admit I'm not really sure why this one came out, because Daguna retired in the pits, so I'm not sure. There would have been a bit of debris where he hit the wall, but I think in fact I'm going to check it. I think the safety car has been left on standard. Yeah, it is. It's on standard, so that's why this safety car has come out. If it was on reduced, the very most you'd have got for this would be a virtual safety car. I still think the other two would have been full safety cars, because there was cars parked on track having retired, so you'll still bring out a full safety car for that. But so, Evan Brief and Cow now, their strategies, even if they were planning hard to medium, their strategies will have changed now to hard to soft, because of the safety cars. They will have changed to that. It also gives them a great chance of getting the fastest lap as well, so by doing that. But, I think if there's another safety car, you'll see all the hard drivers coming in, I would imagine, over to mediums or softs, depending on when it were to come out. This should be the last lap under safety car, guys, so we should be going lap 15, which means 15 laps remaining. Everybody's thinking that I'm nuts and or my maths is terrible. The reason it's 15 laps remaining, if you're on lap 15 out of 29, is because the lap you're on is 1 lap. So you basically go 15 to 29 is 14, plus 1 is 15. So I'm not nuts, it genuinely is 15 laps remaining. Once we're on lap 15. Oh, that's not too confusing for you all. So, we're getting ready to go again this lap. Certainly interesting at the moment. It's interestingly poised. With the 2 front boys, we know how quick they are, but with the fact that they haven't pitted yet, and runner for that matter, so it's 3 of the top 4 have not pitted yet in this race. kind of willing there not to be another safety car, so just to see what happens, to be honest. And also because safety car is boring. So, when's Emma going to go again? Warman probably wants to be spontaneous, but there's not very much spontaneity possible here. He has gone in a way. And this time he looks like he's caught Brief and Cow a little bit napping. Just go back down as everybody approaches turn 1 once more. Well, luckily this time it doesn't look like anybody's side by side. Maybe they learnt their lesson. Anyway, let's just go to Reaper. He's on the back of Runner. The top few drivers are all separated out a bit, so there's no battle there. So let's this one's for P4. A little bit behind us. Hoff has gotten ahead of Andrews. It's P7. Well, Birdie gets ahead of Andrews as well. Birdie could be on a little bit of a charge here on these fresh softs. Let's look at Birdie. Wilkie as well has done the same as Birdie and gone to softs. He's right on the back of Andrews now. He's going to peel out onto the inside. He does indeed. And Andrews is pretty happy just to let that happen. I think Andrews is knowledgeable enough. He knows that the guys on soft tyres will have to pit again. So, oh, we got a set to 1 yellow. Who is it? Well, we had a set to 1 yellow. I've absolutely no idea who it was. Absolutely no idea. Oh, it's Gaza! My apologies, it's Gaza! Can't see any damage, I don't think, so... Hopefully just a spin had to stay out of people's way while rejoining. Hopefully you can get keep going. Oh, what a shame for Gaza. He was doing well. So, I don't think anybody at this stage is out of this race. It's you just don't know what's going to happen next as it stands. So, but look at the gap that Evan and Brief and Cow have made. This was the thing I mentioned. If they create a sort of 12-second gap or something over anybody who might be staying out to the end, it's game over for me because they're gonna switch to fast tyres at the end. It's really the two guys at the moment really are Joker and Hoff. They need to get ahead of Runner and then Reaper. Otherwise, Evan and Brief and Cow will be marching to the finish line. So I'm perfectly aware that's a lot easier said than done. This is Joker. When they're both on hard tyres, but Jokers are a lot younger. 11 laps younger, in fact. So they will be a lot more grippy. And I think the other McLaren of Evan has had a spin in set to 1 as well. And he's damaged. Oh, around goes the Alpine. That's off. Not sure if there was contact there. But around he goes. He drops to P10. But still going. And it looks like he's damage free. Unless there's some body damage, but he will continue on nonetheless. Right, so Joker then has gotten past Runner, by the way. So he's into P4. He's now after Reaper. Now, this is where teammates come into play. If he catches the back of Reaper, then Reaper needs to let him through. Because, I mean, he should catch the back of Reaper. Reaper now on 14 lap old mediums. He ain't going to fancy getting to the end, so... And I can confirm now, we are in the territory where people would pit for softs if there was a safety car. Both McLarens into the pits. Oh, one retires. Evan retires. Might possibly add enough. Obviously, I don't know what's happened. We didn't see it on stream, so I don't know if he'd been in an incident or whether he'd spun it himself or what. So, Bertie and Runner are battling. Bertie had gotten ahead for a moment there. So, Runner back ahead. Obviously, we know with Evan that his race didn't get off to a good start. We were on board with him when he got hit up the backside into turn 1 at the start of the race. And Bertie this time, surely. So tentative. Look like we have a little kiss on the wheels. Oh, and Bertie's into the pits in a way. So, yeah, we know those softs won't last very long. And Reaper's in as well. He's going to put softs... well, it seems to be softs going on. Yeah, it is softs. It definitely looked like mediums after, though, when he was coming out of the box. Oh, look at that. Andrews and Reaper, it's the two boss men on the pit exit. Very short pit stop here, isn't it? Oh, let's go to the leaders. They are battling now on hard tyres that they started the race on. They've got a 14.5-second lead over Joker. So as it stands right now, Joker will take the lead of the race when these two pit. But the chances of him holding them off later on, I think, would be pretty low. But what does become interesting here, though, between these two is who wants to pit first. At what point would an undercut be more beneficial than an overcut? We've seen in 22 that the overcut is really strong, but I can assure you there is a point on the tyres where they get too slow for an overcut and an undercut becomes more powerful. What they don't want to do is end up pitting the same lap, because to be quite honest, that would be boring. Reaper and Andrews then battling, and oh, what's happened? I don't know if anything happened to Andrews there. He fell right off the back of Reaper into the pits. Then it's Wilkie. He's going to need a fresh set of boots to take him to the end of the race. Guys are going to gain a position off of that. Could be tight, couldn't it? He's into the box now. On go the tyres. Oh, he needed new wings, so Gaza's definitely going past. So up to P13 for Gaza. He'll look to see if he can close the gap to Birdie. Still our two leaders mighty close. Now, in is Briefing Cow, so he's pitting first. So this is going to be an undercut attempt. So onto soft tyres. Now you know with soft tyres you can be pretty quick on exit with them. They don't take long to get up to a good enough temperature to drive quickly. So and it's a a minute and a half lap, so it may depend a bit on traffic. Oh my word, he's gotten out perfectly ahead of those two. If he'd have come out just behind those two, he'd have been in trouble. That pit stop is not. That could not have worked out any better. Right then. Now he's only 3.5 seconds behind Joker. That gap will disappear. Hoff in for fresh softs. Ghost Rider in for fresh softs. It's Evan then. He's right in there. Joker. Looks like he's struggling a bit on the hards, to be honest. Briefing Cow is already taking over a second out of him. Bear in mind, Briefing Cow is absolutely flying here. He's nailing this. He's now got a toe all the way down the straight. Into the pits will come Evan. So which one works? For me, my money's on the undercut. Briefing into what I've been calling the final corner. Evan into the box. On go the soft tyres. And away he comes. Here are Evan and Briefing Cow and Joker. There they are on the left. And look at that, that's the undercut. It's successful. You'll also be hoping to pull a gap while Evan heats the tyres up. It doesn't take long for softs. Briefing Cow would really love to put Joker in between him and Evan right now. You'll get a DRS chance down this straight. So Joker won't want to give up on the lead, but he'll also know in his mind that there's 8 laps left, so it's going to be almost impossible for him. Oh, no. Look at Evan. What an outstanding overtake. Oh my word. I can't believe what we've just seen. That was absolutely outstanding from the pair of these drivers. And Joker as well. And now the Alfa Romeo moves to the outside. And he's got the DRS advantage. Retakes the lead. What a bit of racing that was. That's got to be on a highlights reel somewhere. We've got to get a clip of that. Sky Blue is put on nice fresh softs as well. Didn't notice him pit, but he's on nice fresh softs and he's going to try and get after Reaper, but Reaper's on pretty new softs as well. So in turn he's trying to get after John, but that's a big gap to bring down to John, to be honest, for the end. Right. Oh, look how close they are. Evan got a slight energy advantage at the moment. And he's got 1 extra lap in his tyres than Briefing Cow does. You might think, well, it's only 1 lap, but actually a lap around here, especially flat out as Briefing Cow was going, it's probably worth a good 2-3 temps. So, oh, what's happened to Reaper? Oh, Reaper, you were flying up in P5. Oh, boss man. Never mind. Dust yourself off. Go again. See if you can get after Runner. Look at guys on the back of Hoff. Where's this come from? As TRT Evans sets the fastest lap of the race. And the trainer car is further down the field. It's very exciting. Hoff is going to the inside of Ghost Rider. About to appear on the screen now. There they are. And it looks like Hoff's got that move done, is he? No, he ends up backing back out of it. He must have had a bit of a traction issue getting on the power. So Ghost Rider defends it and holds on to the position in the end. Nice racing from the pair. Gaza sat on the back of them thinking, I will take anything, boys, right now. Just, you know, let me through. And look, Evan extending his lead, putting that lap later has made all the difference. Just feel maybe Briefing Cow just caught Joker just at the wrong time. My word, did that give us some action. What a bit of racing that was. That really was. We must get that clip somehow for the Discord. And you can clip on Twitch, so we'll see if there's some way we could do that. That was probably the best bit of racing of the season for me. Gaza recovers a bit more. He's now up to P11. He's scoring decent points now. And into the pits comes Andrews. And Williams. So it looks like, barring any major errors, it looks like the front two are probably decided at the moment. We do have a battle for the final podium spot. Jon Snow has caught the back of Joker. Quite remarkably, really. His tyres are 3 laps older than Joker, so Jon's showing some really good pace here. Ghost Rider gets back ahead of Hoff there. They are at it again, those two. Sorry to come off of that one. Jon just made the overtake as well. I'm so sorry to move off of that, just see overtakes. But, well, they're in fact battling as well. So let's go to them. But it does look like Jon's got that one. But Joker will get DRS here. But not able to get back ahead into turn 1. Going by the pace that Jon's had catching him, you'd think that probably gives Jon the podium. So, say though, said it in a race the other night, it's Murray Walker used to say that it's one thing catching someone, it's quite another overtaking them. But these days, I think it's one thing catching someone, quite another overtaking them, and quite another, very much another, getting away from them. It's Joker's light flashing on the ERS. It's gonna hurt. It really isn't a track where you gain very much back, even if you don't use it around the whole lap. Yeah, fair play to Jon so far. How many positions has he gained, English? Position change. He's up 7. Sky Blue's up 10. Geordie's up 10. So also 7 is Bertie as well. He's done really well. Penalties there. Bertie's got 8, so he is going to lose a little bit at the end. 3 seconds for Walkie. But, I tell you what, this is going to be one of the hardest driver of the days I've had to pick for Tier 1. I think Jon's a standout. And Sky Blue and Geordie as well. Bertie, I think, has been fantastic. Oh, who's the yellow? Who's the yellow? Okay, no, that's fine. That was Walkie letting Evan through at the front. It's one of those, this, because Jon has been exceptional for P3, just like the others that I mentioned as well for P5, 6 and 7 as it stands right now. But at the same time, you've got to say, Evan and Briefing Cow's determination to stay out on their hard tyres that they started on was impressive. The little battle they had, the way they extended the lead back out. So I think my driver of the day will probably go to the winner, which is looking increasingly like Evan. To be fair to Briefing Cow, he doesn't need to win the races. He's got a 100-point lead in the championship, and the closest person to him isn't TRT Evan. So, as it stands right now, he's extending his championship lead. So, which for me is why he's fallen 5 seconds back. I don't think he's fallen 5 seconds back because he's 5 seconds slower than Evan at all. I think he's just happy on this one. He took the chance with the undercut. It looked to pay off. But now Evan's in the lead. I don't, there's not much point in pushing it. I'm risking losing it. Let's look at Hoff and Ghost Rider still at it, look. Hoff's another one. He's had a good race as well, to be fair to him. He's done well. Reaper, if Reaper hadn't had that spin, he'd be up there in like P5 or P6 right now. And he'd been having a very good race as well. Oh, is this a move from Ghost Rider? Not quite. He's going to get the DRS. You'll open up Reindeer, there it is. This is the longest straight of the circuit. Goes to the inside. Hoff comes in, there's a bit of contact. To be fair to Hoff on that one, I do think he left enough room to the inside there. But they continue on in a way. It's not as if that's ruined anybody's race. It's just going to continue on. The battle's going to continue. Just looking through. Joker just back on the back of John. We've got to go to that one. So Joker, when I looked up, he was only just 2 tenths off the back of John. But obviously, this is for the podium, so we'll stick with this. And I think John's hards at 20 laps are probably hitting a not over the cliff or anything like that. They're probably hitting a bit of a wear wall now. A wear wall. Where did that come from? Joker's definitely close. He's gonna be able to have a look. We'll quickly nip to Evan then. As he heads to the line and wins the Miami Grand Prix here in Florida. Briefing Cow, P2, and it looks like John is going to hold on for the podium in the end. My word, this is a difficult drive of the day. John, without doubt, deserves it. But I just think on this occasion, no, I'm going to take a moment to think about it. Joker P4, then Sky Blue is coming across the line now for P5. Very good race from Sky Blue. Geordie down, no threat of being caught. Just check those penalties, make sure nothing's changed. So, Wolkie's already finished, by the way, P14. So another finish on the board for Wolkie on a very nice season. Geordie across the line P6. Bertie P7, but he's going to drop. Gaz is going to move ahead of him. I think Runner will as well. And Reaper will just miss out. So Gaz up into 7. Runner P8. Bertie 9. Reaper P10. Hoff does keep that place from Ghost Rider. Finishes P11. Ghost Rider 12. And Andrews across the line in P13. So, oh, goodness me. The honest truth right now is that both Evan and Briefing Cow drove amazing races. Because Evan beat Briefing Cow in the end to P1, that would put him ahead of Briefing Cow for driver of the day, so that puts Evan there. Then you've got John in P3, who I think gained 8 places to get the podium. No, 7 places, sorry, he started P10, so 7 places. Then you've got Sky Blue. Well, Joker obviously in P4 also did fantastic. But you've also got Sky Blue and Geordie, who both gained 10 places each. But no, I'm going to go with my instinct, and my instinct is to give it to TRT Evan today, Lux Evan. I think he deserves it. I think that was an outstanding performance from him and Briefing Cow, and the gap they created actually after the safety car was phenomenal. It was mainly due to battles going on behind them that enabled them to stretch that out, but otherwise it could have been interesting at the end. Yeah, I think it's going to be driver of the day to Evan, but with a massive shout out to Jon Snow, Sky Blue and Geordie as well. And as far as I'm concerned, that battle between Evan and Briefing Cow was insane, and it just needs to be clipped and put in some sort of gallery for me. I don't think I'm going to get to the bottom of the instance, Stuart, so I apologise. I've got quite a lot of them in now. There didn't seem to be very many, actually, considering how many safety cars there were. But there we have it. Right, so obviously 3 safety cars is obviously a highlight there, but to be fair, the safety car it was on the wrong setting. It was on standard. It's supposed to be on reduced. So apologies for that from the admin, but would have stopped the final safety car. The third and final safety car wouldn't have come out on reduced. The other 2 definitely would have. So it was only that one. But other than that, fantastic race. As I said, that battle between Evan and Briefing Cow was absolutely insane. Really was. Fantastic racing. There were some good moments there as well between Hoff and Ghost Rider later on. John and Joker. So, yeah, it was fun. It was a fun race. I've got to give it to the boys. Now, I looked earlier on where we are next week, but I've completely forgotten. But I'm going to take a look. We are is that? I think it's Imola. It's an Italian flag, but it is Imola. It's not Monza. It's Imola. So it's the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix next week. So that will be ARC's week next week. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget the under 25s league is starting tomorrow. So we will be here at 5 p.m. for that. I'll be commentating on that. And then I'll be here myself for a couple of races after that. But so it's ARC tomorrow at 5 for the under 25s. Then for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, ARC's week there, we will see Wednesday at 7:30, followed by Realistic Division on Thursday at 8, and then the usual 5:45 and 8 p.m. for Tier 2 and Tier 1 next Saturday. Okay, guys, well, thank you ever so much who's tuned in. The viewing figure has been good, so thank you very much. Thanks to everybody that watched it back. I know all tiers last week had some great views, so thank you ever so much. It really does help, and I hope you enjoy it all. So it's a good night from me. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday nights and weekends, and we'll see you we'll see you tomorrow for the under 25s. Thank you very much, and good night.